Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I welcome you to another episode of this program, Islam is Beautiful, a program that's designed to add value to you as Muslims and as an individual. My name is Salma Aditulawal. Thank you for joining us.
Fortunate is he.
This program is sponsored by Malam Yusuf Olaolu Ali San in memory of his late wife Ajia Fauzia Kehinde Lola Ali. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her Al-Jannah Firdaus. Ameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now this is Islam is Beautiful, and today on the program we shall be addressing a topic that will be of interest to you, and that is the true meaning of jihad. We hear jihad every day. Now, what is the true meaning of jihad? To do the chit-chatting on this topic, I have Sister Alima.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sister Alima.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sister Sakina.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Every day we hear the word jihad. We know as Muslims that every Arabic word, the Quran was revealed in Arabic, and we must try as much as possible to read the Quran in its original meaning. And that is the only way we can understand when we say jihad. But for those of us who do not understand, and for those of us who want to know more, my dear sisters, when we say jihad, what do we mean?
MashaAllah. Jihad, the word jihad itself means striving in the cause of Almighty Allah. So any endeavor or any act towards working in the actions of Almighty Allah, working in accordance to the injunctions of the Quran, is jihad.
Yes, just like you have said, striving, doing things or doing any action you do, any action you take for the sake of Allah. Because you know that Allah will be pleased with you, you have done this thing. Okay. That is jihad.
Okay.
Yes.
It's quite unfortunate that even Muslims are guilty of the fact that they misconstrue the word jihad. Okay. Jihad is not a fight like the other belief system believe it to be. Okay. It's actually the greatest jihad, like Rasulullah said, is jihad nafs, that's jihad of the soul. In fact, and there is different hadiths that related the importance of jihad, but one of which is the Prophet ﷺ said that while he cited his troops, he sent them on a mission. So while they were coming, he said, "Blessed are those who have performed the lesser jihad, but are yet to perform the greater one." And they were all surprised and they had, "Ya Rasulullah, then tell us what is the greater jihad?" And he said, "Jihad nafs, jihad of your own soul, combating your own soul, striving to prevent your soul from achieving the worldly desires," and meaning that is obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
All right. Now, so contrary to the general belief that jihad is spiritual war, you're saying that jihad is striving in the cause of Allah.
Yes.
Now, if you say the greater jihad and the lesser jihad, let us expatiate a little on it. If the jihad of my own soul fighting, meaning that if my soul, if something is telling me to do a wrong action and I'm able to fight it and do the right one, that is jihad.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah. Now let us expatiate more on that.
Now, jihad, if assuming you are to do something, but your conscience now tells you that this thing is not in accordance with the injunctions of Almighty Allah, and the ability to now give yourself a control, that's what jihad and nafs means. That means you have fought with your soul against what your body wants. Like sometimes some people might want to have a party, and you know this party is not in accordance with, this kind of party is not in accordance with what the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet recommends. To be able to obey what Almighty Allah enjoins is jihad. And if you're somebody that the jihad could take 1,001 forms. If you're somebody that is able to write, you could be a jihadist of the pen. You're able to write beautiful articles about Islam. Yes, like what you are doing now is jihad of your word. You talk, you speak, you talk the word, you speak the words of Almighty Allah.
Alhamdulillah, I'm a jihadist.
So every endeavor towards working for Almighty Allah is jihad.
Yes,
so dressing well.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to say. Dressing well, picking up the hijab, is another form of.
Because when I know that I have a beautiful hair,
yes, it's another form of jihad.
Cover it.
Yes, you are doing it for the sake of Allah. It's not just for. It's not something that somebody has forced you to do. You know that it is the right thing, and you are doing it for Allah's sake. You see a lot of sisters out there. They are still fighting the battle of putting the hijab. So you can see that it's a war kind of between them and the right thing. You understand? So I don't blame some people when it takes longer time to fight this cause, because it's really a fight against ills. Yes, fight and when against ills for the sake of Allah.
Now I have a better understanding of jihad. But when you now say that I'm fighting a cause, I think it is that word fighting that's giving us issues here. Now, don't you think that means we need to define fight better? When we fight, it doesn't have to be physical every time. Okay, the word jihad, when Almighty Allah, if you want to define jihad as fighting, what do you have to say about a verse where Almighty Allah said, Jahidu lillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum, that you do jihad with your wealth and all what Allah has given you. So jihad doesn't necessarily mean a physical battle. It means striving. So mashallah, that word jihad, we have to try to we ourselves have to understand it well, and we have to pass it on to people that jihad doesn't necessarily mean a physical battle. It means any means, any way at all to improve yourself in the way of Almighty Allah. Now, what kind of jihad can I do in a situation where I am almost intimidated in a setting that's not, I know that if the only reaction I can is to maybe be aggressive, and what kind of jihad can I embark upon in that situation where people are tempting me to do things that are not it? Is it patience? Is it that I need to show respect? You have said it. So that too is a form of jihad.
Yes, very important. Because it's not in every situation that you attain patience. It only takes the grace of Allah. In some situations when you are being pushed to the wall, if you do not accept Allah and be patient with whoever is putting you in that situation, you will offend Allah. So that's jihad on its own.
And it's jihad of nafs, because you're speaking to yourself that probably somebody abused you or insulted you. You wanted to talk back. You now hold it because of Almighty Allah. It's jihad. Because of Almighty Allah. Yes, so it has to be because of Allah. Now, what are the types of jihad that we have? I believe that with this way that you have defined it, that means I can decide to do jihad with my husband. I can decide to do jihad with my children. I can decide to do jihad with my non-Muslim friends and all of that. Right? Jihad in the family. Jihad with your husband. Waking your husband up to observe salat at the right time is jihad. Trying to encourage your husband to do the right things. In fact, even if it is his business, encouraging him to do the right things is jihad. Encouraging him to take care of his relatives is jihad. To your children, your obligations as a mother is jihad. And for every little thing, for every bit of anything you do, you always receive a reward, because everything is jihad. Alhamdulillah. That means in Islam, there is nothing you do that goes without being rewarded. And for every single act of worship is jihad. If I decide to pray at the right time, it's jihad at the end. If I decide, that means even if you decide to eat at the right time, it's jihad. It's jihad. Yes. If I decide to give out of the little I have to, it's jihad. It's jihad. If I decide to say, okay, for this sister that is wishing me bad, even though I know that she's a Muslim sister, and I wish her well and I pray for her, is jihad. If I decide to say, my children, I am going to sacrifice my dream of becoming a doctor to take care of them, it is still jihad. Allah Akbar. My dear viewers, we can see from all that we have specified, but there is nothing in Islam, there is no act of worship that is going for free. It is jihad if you decide to take up an act of worship. And on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, how will this benefit me? All this jihad, because from what you have said now, even waking up in the middle of the night to perform my tahajjud.
Since we are obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, And Allah already promised us in different verses of the Holy Quran that when you obey Him, you have everlasting reward of Al-Jannah. So, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never fails His promise. So, jihad nafsin, as we all know, is jihad of the soul, striving to obey Allah, which has His own reward on its own. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always reward His slave accordingly. So He is a just God. He is our Lord, and He knows us more than we know ourselves. That is the reason why this word is actually a challenge to us, because our heart desires the word, the sweetness of the word, the pleasure of the word, but we fighting against it, obeying the injunctions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a jihad on our part, which will never go unrewarded, inshallah.
MashaAllah. And to add to what she has said, Allah has promised in Quran chapter 9, Surah Al-Tawbah, verse 88, that for those that do jihad, it's paradise for them. It's paradise for them. So for a child that decides not to disobey a parent that's stopping him from obeying the injunction of Allah, what kind of jihad would you ask the child to do?
Okay, for instance, all of us have our own parent. If a parent is, probably your parent is pushing you to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you know that this that they are pushing you to is against the will of Allah, the best thing is just be patient. The best jihad is just be patient with them. Tell them, let them see reasons that this thing is against the instruction of Allah.
What kind of jihad would a wife who has a domineering husband, domineering, non-caring, and then not responsible husband, what kind of jihad would you, apart from being patient? Because that kind of wife will tell you that, yes, I know, you will tell me to be patient. What else do you want to tell me? Now, what would you tell that?
MashaAllah. As you have said, the patience. If you have patience, you have everything.
Okay.
So if you're patient and you have Almighty Allah has said, Ista'inu bis-sabri was-salat. You seek help from Allah with patience and perseverance. So that husband, one day, if you're persistent to Almighty Allah, you plead to Almighty Allah, you cry to Almighty Allah, Allah is going to, you just realize you've had him completely, and he has completely changed. And it is jihad for you. That period of his being domineering, being everything, is the period of trial for you. Yeah. So, and it might be just that single act of being able to withstand his pressure or his domineering attitude that would lead you to paradise.
It's to add to what she just said. For instance, let's take the instance of our role model, Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. She was actually, in fact, she was married to a tyrant, a very bad somebody. So, but through her patience and perseverance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised her paradise. And in fact, she's one of the first women to enter Al-Jannah, inshallah.
So it is jihad to be patient. It is jihad to tolerate. It is jihad to give excuses. Now, what kind of jihad would a father who has done every kind of jihad to make sure that a child has the best of education, Islamic and Western, and yet the child turns out bad?
Sometimes we seek for something, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has His own ways. Like the popular saying that we propose, but Allah disposes. Sometimes a father or a particular parent might want his child to be very educated, might wish a greater height for that child. But if it happens otherwise, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already has other plans for that particular child, that this child is not going to be successful probably in this world, maybe his reward is in the hereafter, or the child is a very stubborn child that does not listen to his brain. That one is like a trial, like a fitna to that father, who should always seek Allah's forgiveness and Allah's mercy on that child.
And should never give up.
Seeking forgiveness
and never give up, and still begging for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to change the heart and the soul of his child.
Allah Akbar. Now, if jihad is every good deed that one can do. Now, there are some bad deeds. I read it in a book that some sins can actually lead you to being a better person. If you have sinned, and because you are sober and you reflect and you think that this thing is wrong, it leads you to doing the right thing. Now, what kind of jihad happened in that? Is it the state of mind that Allah has changed, or is it that the person just, I believe that most of these things, Allah that makes it easy for us. There are some good deeds that if you do them with so much pride, they will become bad deeds. And there are some bad deeds that you do with so much humility, Allah will turn it into a good deed for you.
Yes, just take an instance where somebody is sent to jail. But you know that jail is somewhere, when you go there, you have a different opinion of life. It brings you closer it may not be everybody in this instance, but I'm trying to see a case where somebody is able to be reformed. When you go to a place like that, it brings you closer to God. I've seen people that have gone to jail and they come out to be better people. Okay. You understand? So I think the jihad there is the jihad of reformation. Okay. You have done something wrong and you have been punished. You understand? And you've gone and served your punishment. Through that process, you have been reformed. By the time you come out of there, nobody will tell you not to do what you have done before. You understand me? Yeah. So the jihad there is that jihad of reformation. Okay. You have rethought your life all over. And you will never want to go back to that life anymore.
So that particular action has made a positive impact
on you. Yes.
The Muslim should always regret. Whenever you commit a sin as a Muslim, you should always have a very deep regret in your heart. So that regret is going to help you feel remorseful. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Now, when we talk of wearing the hijab, I believe that the jihad in that one is it's only Allah that can make it easy, because when you know that you have some adornment on and everything, you are still able to do it. Now, what kind of things can one involve in so that particular type of jihad can be easy for one? We have a sister who knows I don't know there's this particular sister. There's no amount of irresponsible dressing she has on. Anywhere she sees a Muslim, she will say Salaam Alaikum. Yeah. You know, she's so proud of her religion. She doesn't wear, she's so irresponsibly dressed sometimes you think she should be ashamed. But she will call them. I believe that person has the internal hijab. Now, what kind of jihad will that person?
That kind of a person, all she needs is to build on her faith and to understand Islam better, to seek for more knowledge as to how to live the life of a proper Muslim. Okay.
And to add to it, is our responsibility as Muslims to also help these kind of sisters, because sometimes they tend to always look for someone that they will be close to, someone that they can trust. Yes, just a little push for them to know that so Islam is this beautiful. If I wear my hijab, does not mean that I'm concealing the whole of my. I'll still look very beautiful and very good. So may Allah make it easy for people.
So and you're saying that if I motivate that kind of a sister and make sure she does the hijab, it is jihad for me. It is jihad for me. I think I will start getting myself involved in more of these things, because every big form of good deed in Islam is jihad. So for every person that is involved in the production of Islam is beautiful. It is jihad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. And for everybody that's watching this program and adding value to
our life,
it's
jihad.
Because to sit down in the front of it and look at some,
you may be going somewhere in a hurry and you say there's this stuff is beautiful for 5:30. You leave everything and
watch Islam. So watch Islam is beautiful too. Is jihad. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making jihad so easy, because at the end of the day you will look at it. It is not the general opinion that it is spiritual word. Is it an English word? No. You don't find jihad in the dictionary. So jihad is an Arabic word and it means striving in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this easy for us. Now, to understand this topic better, we would recommend this beautiful Islamic literature. Bismillah.
Today on our Read a Book segment, we shall be recommending to you this book titled Islamic Spirituality, Essence, Deepness and Vastness, written by Sheikh Dr. bin Abayomi. This book says Allah is telling us categorically that spirituality is the very purpose for which we have been created in Islam. If everything is to be summarized, the final word, the summary precisely and concisely, is spirituality. Until a man stops complaining about Allah, he has never entered into the realm of spirituality. Islamic spirituality starts by not complaining about Allah even in the face of all adversities. This book is no doubt a clear manual and concrete evidence that will clear so many ambiguities with respect to spirituality among the present generation of Muslims. It contains enormous, indisputable facts fetched from the divine injunction as contained in the Holy Quran. Take this book today, read and internalize. Remember, readers are leaders.
Allah the Almighty, Allahu Allah, protect me and guide me, Allahu Allah, oh, to your love and mercy, Allahu Allah, Ya Allah, don't deprive me, Allahu Allah, from beholding your beauty, Allahu Allah, oh my Lord, accept this plea, Allahu Allah. ربي جل الله الله الله، ما في قلبي غير الله الله الله. affeder günahı, Allahu Allah, alemin padişahı, Allahu Allah, yüreklerin penahı, Allahu Allah. İşit Allah derdimi, bu ahlarını, rahmeyle bağışla günahlarını, hayreyle hem akşam hem sabahlarımı. Hasbi Rabbi Cenlallah, Allahu Allah, ma fi kalbi gayrullah, Allahu Allah.
We know some facts that we think you should have at your fingertips. For this week, this is the fact that we think you should know. So the question of the week, let us see if you can attend to this. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. My sisters, I believe it is Jihad that I'm here presenting Islam is beautiful, and it is Jihad that you are here analyzing these things. For Jihad to be this beautiful, that means the totality of Islam is Jihad. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now for that Muslim brother, you are going to tell that Muslim brother, you're going to tell the Muslim sister, you're going to tell the Muslim child one word that you think can make doing and embarking on deeds that would make him earn more rewards from Allah, and also partaking in all this. I'm a jihadist as it is, Alhamdulillah. Now for that Muslim brother out there, he wants to strive in the cause of Allah, he doesn't know how.
MashaAllah. To the Muslim brother out there, know that any form of worship or any good deed is jihad. If you do the right things at the right time, is jihad. Observing your salat is jihad. Talking to somebody about Islam is jihad. Somebody that needs help, you can't tell the person, is jihad. And giving charity is jihad. So any form of way, any good thing at all, anything at all you could do is jihad. If you're able to write well and you write properly, is jihad.
MashaAllah. Sister Alima, there's a Muslim sister out there that is thinking, these sisters are just happy because they have happy homes. My own home is not happy and you're asking me to do jihad. Just don't ask me to do that. Now, what would you tell that kind of sister?
Well, mashallah, I would tell that sister to strive. Yes, you have to strive, because life itself is a struggle. So you have to strive. Not everything that glitters that is gold. So please strive, because Allah will always make it easy. Allah will always meet us all at the point of our needs. So don't use another person to gauge your own progress. Every individual has their own gains in life. Allah has made it so.
We have a different journey.
Yes, so may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you out there to attain whatever you wish for yourself.
I want you to tell that young Muslimah and the young Muslim brother who thinks that he has a lot in front of him and he doesn't know how to achieve it, that trying to do it is jihad.
To the young Muslims, just make sure that you do the right thing. Obeying your parents is part of jihad. observing your salawat at the right time is jihad also. Obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're doing bad things, I think that you want to be in the trend. Not following them and obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also part of jihad. So it will make you, you ask for what you want from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah sees that you're doing jihad for His sake. So He's going to bless you with whatever you ask of Him, inshallah.
Meaning, just striving, trying to achieve it, trying to be a good Muslim, making effort, putting in is jihad, and that is what Allah wants to see. And the popular saying says that you should work hard and pray. Why didn't He say pray and work hard? Work hard. Let us see that you have done something, and then we would crown your effort with a brilliant success. That is still the same word of Allah. And I believe today on the program we have been able to tell you out there that jihad is not an English word. It is not war. It is striving in the cause of Allah. Striving in the cause of Allah is jihad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. Now accepting what we have said and trying to imbibe all that we have said is also jihad for you. So I expect you Muslim out there to get up today and start getting yourself involved in more of this jihad deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you. My sisters, I say Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah continue to increase you in knowledge and iman. Amen. To our sponsor, I say Jazakumullah khairan. To the crew and everybody who has tried to do jihad in the production of this program, with this episode, may Allah reward you abundantly. Do hope to join us again for another enlightening episode of this program. Islam is beautiful, and like I always say on this program, do not tell them that you are a Muslim. Show them that you are a Muslim. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you. Now, from my sisters and I, we say
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Fortunate is he.
This program is sponsored by Malam Yusuf Olaolu Ali San in memory of his late wife Ajia Fauzia Kehinde Lola Ali. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her Al Jannah Firdaus. Ameen.